ॐ फलमूलस्सिनोदान्तो तापसो ब्रह्मचारिणौ पुत्रौ दशरथस्सैतौ भ्रातरौ रामलक्ष्मणौ. God is supposed to be the protector of all. He who is most powerful has to be merciful towards lesser mortals. He cannot punish sinners straight away, but should give them a chance for redemption. How can he, the father to all, kill his own children? So goes the argument of many who accuse Rama of being ruthless murderer and therefore not qualified to be considered a moral hero, let alone a god. There is an interesting side story in Ramayana told by Vishwamitra to Rama during their travel. There was a king called Kushanabha who had 100 girl children with his wife Gritachi. The young girls were once wandering in the garden when Vayudeva approached them. He said he is interested in marrying them. The girls said they are not to be approached like this and they will marry only him whom their father approves. Vayudeva gets angry and makes them dwarf. The girls come back to their father and tell their ordeal. The wise king asks them whether they have cursed Vayudeva for his act. When they answered in negative, he praised them. He says one of the most important and beautiful lines of Ramayana. Kshama Danam, Kshama Satyam, Kshama Yajnascha Putrikaha, Kshama Yashaha, Kshama Dharmaha, Kshamaya Vishtitam Jagat. Meaning, forgiveness is the best thing to do in this world and it would give them all the benefits. Later they married to one Brahmadatta and when he accepts them, they return to normal selves. The moral of this story is astounding. One person, that too a Deva, had committed unspeakable crime against women. And what does the father of the girls say to them? Forgive. It may look like they were helpless against the mighty Devas and so they kept quiet. No, even Devas could be held accountable. But they choose to do the bravest thing, forgive. The lesson of forgiveness comes again in Ramayana during the story of Ahalya. There again, the king of Deva himself committed a crime, and a married woman of a sage was his willing partner in crime. Gautama cursed both, but was kind enough to suggest a solution. After a long period of purification, Ahalya was forgiven and accepted by Gautama. So, forgiveness is not alien to Ramayana. Even Rama is very forgiving and was reluctant to kill anyone except when it was absolutely necessary. Vishwamitra had to struggle hard to convince Rama to kill Tataka. He was very clear that punishment should be clinical and should be done in the right time. He gives elaborate explanation later when questioned as to why he killed someone. In Ravana and his evil team's case, they were not eligible for forgiveness. Ravana was not only guilty of abducting Sita, there is a long list of women who suffered due to him. In fact, it is the curse of one such woman, Punjikastale, which stopped Ravana from forcing women later. She had cursed him that if he tries to force any women against their will, his head will shatter into pieces. That put temporary break to his unabated lust. But that did not stop him from kidnapping women and then forced them to accept him by any means. He was also cursed by Vedavati that he would die because of his lust for women. He also carried the curse from Parvati and Nandi. One has to just look at Ravana's atrocities listed by Devas during their prayer to Vishnu asking him to eliminate Ravana. That should be sufficient enough to convince anyone that he deserved strong punishment. The charge sheet was long, evidence was strong, and moreover, Ravana was not at least repenting his misdeeds. In fact, he took pride in his crimes. Ravana literally means crying. He got that name as he made a large noise while his hands were crushed lifting the Kailasa mountain. He cried once and got the name, but true to his name, made others suffer and cry all the time. This all-time great criminal against whom there was proven charges was not eligible for mercy. If he had shown remotest remorse for his deeds, he probably would have been spared. His end tells us that even God cannot save a habitual criminal. स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यां परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महिं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु.